Greetings my friends and welcome to a summary for the new Saxony episode 5, which is coming very very soon my friends. Now, I wanted to go over and discuss what happened last episode. As you can see here, we now have these 3 major production centres here, indeed 3 of the possibly the most important lands in the north and sort of central Europe as it were. Now we've got Dresden and we've also got Berlin as well. 2 huge production centres. We were also attacked by Hanover, just completely out of the blue. They decided to attack us for absolutely no reason whatsoever. So fortunately for us, we had an army stationed position that could strike immediately for Hanover. Now Hanoverians for some reason decided to move all their army out in one go, move it to sort of just into Saxony itself, and we were able to bypass that army completely without having to tackle them in the field. We took Hanover, and therefore the Hanoverians were eliminated entirely from the order of battle. Now that has freed up a significant portion of our army here because we are at war with the Austrians. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Prussians have probably pushed the Austrians into war with us. Now we have had to move back the army. Now this army here was the army that took on and destroyed the garrison in Hanover. Now as you can see, it is still in fairly good shape here. It is still in good shape here. We've lost a few regiments, we've taken quite a bit of a battering here. This first regiment, which was in the vanguard of the defence, as you can see here by the echelons, and indeed this, the 18th regiment of foot as well, also took a bit of a battering, but for the most part this army is in pretty good shape here. We do have the Prince Albrecht Chevaliers here, which really was a mainstay here of our cavalry. We've also got the provincial cavalry, which again did a wonderful job. Just one piece of artillery here which did provide sort of that covering fire, brief covering fire, but the majority of the fighting was done by these forces here. Now thankfully we do have now some really combat hardened forces here which are going to prove absolutely vital in the incoming war. Now the answer is because they've got the Austrians really do have some fine infantry here. 2 regiments of Marines. We've also got the Hungarian Kurukus Hussars here, and they look pretty good as well. High morale as well, so they're going to be pretty good at but they got light cavalry, but nothing really in terms of anything we should be scared of apart from the 2 Marines. The Marine Corps here with a morale of 11 is going to be an absolute brute to unhinge. We might have to rely on our cavalry to perhaps to take them on here, because the light cavalry is not going to be really too much of a problem, because we can, I believe if I'm not mistaken, we've got square formation, so we should be fine here. We can get garrison guards and engineers, but not yet. We do need to move into, for some reason we've got carbines. Is there a reason we've chosen carbines? Indeed, to get these probably here, but I don't think we will. I thought what we'll do is, when the campaign starts proper, we will move into military syllabus. That will allow us to get drill school. That opens up a raft here of options for us. Buccaneers would be interesting, but look at that. Von Schulze Hussars. That would be an absolute wonder. Ooh. Kuprinzessen Grenadiers. That would be an absolute wonder to see. Look at that. Right, the morale is 8, but still that's a really good regiment to have in the field. Freikorps cavalry as well. More Highlander warband. Horse Jäger. Oh, Freikorps line infantry. They're not too bad at all, are they? They're pretty good there. And also Scottish line infantry and also Royal Cairo infantry guards. Look at their morale 10. They're wonderful. They are. So it'd be good to get in some of these new units as well, some different, to really add a good composition to our armies. Now, again, we've got a small, very small garrison here of 3 Saxon regiments here, and also we've had to put in some regiments here. The council did recommend we get in some additional cavalry as well to sort of help bring that under control. Oh, we can get that recruitment, can we? We can't at the moment, so we have to put. We've got a regiment being trained here. Nothing here yet. Perhaps here as well. No, not yet. Look at that, von Schillen. We can get here. Von Schulze Hussars. That would be a wonder to get. Morale's not high, but it'd be wonderful for charge bonus. And Prince Albrecht here as well, possibly. Well, unaffordable at the moment, but that would be a wonder to get Prince Albrecht. That really would be a wonder. And of course we've got Denmark here, who we're at peace with. Peace with Sweden. We're allied with Poland, who are engaged at the moment with a pretty brutal war with Prussia. Looks like they've taken a bit of a beating here, this army. My goodness me, look at that. That's a very, very strong force indeed. Swiss line infantry, we don't want to get engaged with them just too much. But Austria is... I wonder if Austria is still at war with the Ottomans, or are at war with the Ottomans. They are. And France. And ourselves, of course, so they've got some very powerful enemies, but France is here. That's not going to really do much good to us at the moment. They are at war with Poland, though we're allied with them, so that's going to be, hopefully, Poland will help just shift the focus away from them. We are at peace with Russia as well. We've got some good trade coming in here as well from Rostock. Now we've got Berlin, and look at that, that's a wonder. And hopefully, Cuxhaven will eventually be open as well. Whenever that port will be ready. Let's have a quick look here. No villages grown here, that's a bit of a shame. 675 here. We've got some... We're definitely going to have a rebellion here if we're not careful. We need to get that definitely repaired because that will give us +1 to repression. Mind you, look what we can recruit here. Prince Albrecht. And 12 pounders. Wow. We've also got Dresden here. Again, we need to get the metal roads up, really get our infrastructure running as quickly as possible. So that's going to be oh, we've got Royal Observatory as well here to bring this here, to bring the happiness and the nobility, especially the lower classes. They're the ones that give you most problems. Of course, Dresden firmly under our control here. Actually, it's not bringing very much tax at all. I think 3,343, which is not too bad. We've actually lowered the taxes here for the upper class, the nobility, to try and get that sort of trickle-down effect, as it were. Well, I try and keep it as low as possible. Hopefully, the Austrians will give us the time to replenish some of these forces here. But we do outgun them, I believe, even with the casualties they sustained. A lot of them are still in good shape. We've managed to really husband and control the losses here in that battle against the Hanoverians. A lot of these regiments are still in very good shape. So I think we've got a good chance if we're very careful what we do here and plan the battle and use the battlefield to our advantage. Now, I think hopefully Westphalia, if I'm not mistaken, Westphalia, they're very friendly with us. As actually we've got trade with them as well. Hopefully that will remain. Because we've got, having them there on our flank there, just not, we want to stabilise what we've got here. We don't want to start to have to attack anybody else. There was call for us to move against Gdansk from the council as well, but I think we might just leave the fighting to the Poles and the Prussians here, because the Prussians only got two more sort of centres here, particularly Königsberg was their main centre they're holding, and they really are dug in well here. Look at that, extended defences as well. That's going to be pretty tough to open up, that is, but I'm hoping the Poles will take care of them, maybe even move against Austria as well. But initially we know we're going to be facing a very powerful Austrian force, and indeed they're starting to ramp up production on their cities here, building up and their factories, their barracks. Vienna being the absolute apogee here, the pinnacle of Austrian power. But again, we're not going to buckle at all, we're not going to move at all here. We've got to hold on what we've got here, and obviously income here. Look at that from, my goodness me, look at that from Berlin. Brandenburg, that is huge. That really is a massive anchor. As the council said, even if we lose Saxony, we can fall back to Berlin if need be. That's what we're trying and get as many of these regiments in as we can. They are very, very expensive though. I see 700 gold just for a Saxon regiment here. We might have to use some Landwehr, but they're pretty good Landwehr, I must be honest here. But again, the scope of our campaign thus far is pretty limited. I'm not sure if Bavaria is... Oh, they're very friendly, so we've got trade with them as well, plus 99 here. So our immediate neighbours here to the west are okay with... What about Württemberg, which we haven't checked? Let's just check Württemberg here. They're indifferent to it, but it's plus 11. If only we get trade with them. If we could trade with the Württemberg, that would be absolutely fantastic. Of course, we've got France here in Strasbourg. So we've got a good trade with all of our nearest and dearest neighbours. But look at that, Spain is really hitting Amsterdam here pretty hard, my goodness me. I wouldn't be surprised if the Netherlands doesn't fall. Can you imagine if it fell straight away and they got the Spanish got Amsterdam? My goodness me, what a change of balance of power that would give. How is Spain towards us? They're indifferent towards us. +1. Who they're allied with? They're at war with the Ottomans. You know, obviously, Plains nations. Only the Ottoman Empire are they at war with. Their allies are France, the Marathans, and Genoa, protectors of New Spain as well. So they're not looking to fight anybody else around here. They're just going to go probably for the Dutch. Our immediate problems are eastwards. The Prussians and indeed the Austrians are up north. We've got peace with the Swedes, I beg your pardon, with the Danish. And look at the sheer size here of the Swedish Empire. It's growing pretty quickly here. And we're at peace with Russia. I wouldn't have minded if got a peace agreement and a trade agreement with Russia. Of course, we've had to put one of our ships here for obvious reasons, but we do have trade here with the Ottoman Empire, which hopefully, if they stay strong, will give us a huge boost to our income eventually. We do also need to start expanding into the trade nodes. That's something we do need to do. So we will be looking to move into the trade nodes as quickly as possible, getting those ships up and running. As you can see, looks like all of these are taken. There's Persia, Portugal, France. So they've already moved into there. I'd imagine most of these are already taken. If that is the case, then so be it. But what we are going to do is we're going to just send a sloop in just to make sure that everything is as it was. So we can just absolutely make sure. Now into the New World, as you can see here, we do have trade with the 13 colonies. So we're linked sort of indirectly with Britain. Now we are at peace with Britain. And they're indifferent to us, but it's -23. We've got to be careful there. 13 colonies are friendly with us. So they're protectors of Britain. So hopefully that sort of friendship with the 13 colonies will keep Britain away from us for the time being. We've got a lot of indifference here with us. -11 for Sweden. Russia's -6. Again, we've got to be careful here. Prussia, they're hostile, -80. Austria, -89. They really don't like us at all. France is unfriendly as well, -48, so we've got to be careful. We've got to keep our head below the parapet here. As you can see, Dutch Guyana and French Guyana as well. Perhaps one day we'll be able to dip into the New World, but at the moment, I think that might be a little bit of a task too far. We have expanded very, very quickly, and I think that sort of ired and irked the larger nations. Spain, France don't like it when the small nations start to expand because they really consider most of this theirs. And the same goes for Austria as well. I don't think they liked us expanding or being on their doorstep. They wanted to just simply crush us and walk all over us. That will not happen, my friends. We will stand our ground. Conservatorium, we're trying to get the happiness levels up as quickly as possible and repair it here for that reason. Infrastructure, we've got to get those metal roads, particularly here in Berlin. That will be the biggest boost. But for the moment, we've got to focus on our armies. We've got to try and get perhaps these 3 regiments to back up this here, because it might prove all the difference here. But this battle with Prague, I think we're going to be in a battle with the Austrians for a long time, unless something drastically changes, unless the Polish do something. Looks like they got their hands full, to be honest with you. I'm just hoping they can do something there, but that's pretty much it, my friends, in terms of what we're up against. Our immediate goal is to secure what we already have, to replenish our army. This is our main army. If we can get this army up, we have a good chance of holding what we have, even against a Prussian push and potentially an Austrian push as well. If we can do that, if they give us the time to get this up and run this army back to full strength, we will be a formidable force, particularly now that we also have some veterans within the force. It just adds a little bit of backbone, a little bit of steel. Keep our trade going with these other smaller minor nations here. Stuttgart, Bavaria, Rhineland, Württemberg, I beg your pardon. We'll see what happens with the Dutch. We've got to keep an eye on what's going on. If the Dutch fall, then we'll have a Spanish contingent right next to us, and that could prove a big problem, because then the Spanish don't like us at all. And they might keep their eye on Hanover, which we've got to be careful of. Again, Britain, then they're indifferent to us. If we could get trade with them, that would be absolutely fantastic. Just a shame we haven't got that trade coming in from there. or maybe with France, one of the bigger nations, one of the real big empires, that would be absolutely fantastic. It really would. At the moment, we don't have the facilities for that, and we've pretty much exhausted our overland abilities. The only thing we can do is probably increase this port once, but we need to get division of labour. I think that's a fair way off, indeed. So we probably need to get physocracy here. Physocracy here and get that, so we can move down to division of labour. That'll open up an additional port for us here, commercial port. But again, we need to really just hammer down on our military and our ordnance, because once we can get explosive shell, it'll open up ordnance. Now we got this, we can build an ordnance factory here, but primarily we want a great arsenal for the 12-pounder and the 12-pounder. Explosive shell here, so we need to really ram. We've only got one school, which is it's just a real menace for us. But again, we've just got to we've got to do what we've got to manage what we've got. Basically, we've got to cut our cloth according to what we can manage. As long as we keep this flowing in here, we've got 90 provinces here, is bringing quite a lot of money there for us. If we lose that, that would be quite a big hit to our income. And again, our expansion plans are extremely limited for the time being. Not because we want them to be, but because we're forced to. We can't move against any of the bigger nations. We've got to go on the defensive, while we build up perhaps a second army here in Berlin. And do so bit by bit, so we keep an eye on our economy as well. Our economy must be okay before we do anything else. Luckily, our naval upkeep is pretty minimal. It's only the army upkeep, which hopefully the tax will eventually take care of. We can, of course, raise our tax. As you can see here, we've got to be careful of raising the tax level. We could always lower the tax level eventually, but I think we'll just keep it as it is for the moment. We got that fine balance there. But my friends, I think that's going to end the summary. Not much of a summary, not really a huge amount, but I just wanted to go over where we stood and what we stood against. Austria being the main threat, Prussia being also another main threat, but everything else just ticking along. Going to keep an eye on what goes on here in the war between the Dutch and the Spanish. That will have an effect on us. If the Dutch prevail, that means we'll still have a strong partner next to us. If the Spanish prevail, we might have a potential enemy next to us. Everything else, though, I think hopefully Poland as well will deal with the Prussians and then ultimately turn upon the Austrians, which will be a huge benefit to us. But my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this summary, and the next time we shall speak will be in episode 5 of the Saxon campaign. Greetings and welcome to episode 5 of my Empire Total War Darth Mod Saxony campaign. And this, my friends, how I left it last time. And as the summary, my friends, brought us up to pace, up to speed, we now have control of 3 very powerful regions, including probably the most powerful of all, Berlin. Now, the Council has advised that we do keep Berlin regardless of whatever happens. It really is a powerhouse here, it really is, my friends. We've got to get the infrastructure up here as well, particularly getting metal roads. But again, our income is not vast. It is, though, improved considerably by taking these 3 regions, but we do stand on a difficult point here. Our western flank is pretty much secured. We are allied, or at least friendly, with the majority, if not all, of the remaining sort of smaller and minor nations, and we're also the Dutch here as well. As you can see, the Spanish have taken the fight to the Dutch. We're going to keep an eye on that because Hanover, of course, is adjoining that. But our main focus here is what the Austrians are going to do here. They bring a powerful force, particularly the Marines. The Marines really are the backbone of this force here. We've got a lot of light infantry, light cavalry here as well. Some mercenaries, some Pandors, some Albanian warband as well. The pike will be a bit of a problem, but all in all, it's not that tough. The Marines do make it a little bit tougher, but I would say our on the whole, in the round, we've got our own pikemen as well, who have proven themselves incredibly valuable as well in certain circumstances. Our armies do pack quite a punch here. We do have a lot of men here as well. In each regiment, 300, and we've also just trying to creep up the garrisons here to give us a little bit of a backbone here. As you can see, we're probably going to get a rebellion here, so we might have to bring additional forces to bear here. Look at that, we can get von Schilcher Hussars. We can just hope that we can repair this governor's barracks and bring things back under control. What will that cost us? 1,260, we have to do that. And then hopefully we can get more of these units back at full strength, or as close to it, before the Austrians attack. We've also got, of course, Prussia, who we took Berlin from. So this army's done a lot of fighting already, but with it, it's already got a strong defender, which is good for us because that'll give us +2 in defending Saxony, and also +2 in morale as well. So of course we've already got that bonus of +4 for morale in total, so that's going to be absolutely fantastic here. Only 47 as well. If this general stays well here, we could actually see him producing quite an exceptional commander here, but of course the council will be able to eventually move into armies. We will be calling for the council to be taking generals places here. Of course, you look at that. That's a real menace there for us, with Sweden blockading Denmark. Because I would have liked to open up of course a trade line with the Danish, but of course I don't think that's going to happen just yet. Yeah, they're just too strong for them at the moment. Right, I think what we're going to do now is end the turn here, my friends, and let's just see what happens here. Let's see what comes our way. Britain, who are indifferent to us at the moment, shall we say. They're not enamoured in any particular way. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's okay. We'll retreat, but I think they're going to follow after us for definite. Yeah. We should also resolve that one because they lost one as well. Wow. But what we need to do is we need to get another ship there, because there is that problem, of course, with the Ottomans moving ships back and troops back and forth there. Oh, that's good. Well done there, Spain. Well done, Spain. We want to keep ourselves below the parapet here, but below the radar of the major nations that are further west. Hopefully Spain will fix their ports as well. But it really, I hope the Ottomans will send the sloop around there, I think, but that's a large Ottoman force there, my goodness me. Sweden. Local Empire. Oh, God. Oh, I thought Denmark might have made a move there, but it looks like he did, but they didn't come off very well out of that at all, did they? Let's be honest. Portugal. Bavaria. Courland, these are the minor nations, but thankfully the Austrians didn't move against us overland yet. We haven't had a full military operation by the Austrians just yet. Ooh. Now we've got an additional agent now. That's absolutely fantastic. Does he come with anything? Manufacturing owner, excellent, +2 industrial technologies, and plus, oh, excellent. He's not too bad at all. I'm only 21 as well. Let's get him in here. Let's see. Oh, look at that. No, we're gonna change from the. Oh, mind you, they'll give us these. So I think we will stick at this. That's Carbineers, Horse Grenadiers, and the Prince Karl Dragoons. So I think the Dragoons will help us stabilise some of the regions as well. So I think we'll just stick with these. Only one more turn, then we'll move into only military service. Going to take us 3 turns. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Now, how are these troops? Yes, look at that. They started to prepare quite well here. Back to 500 pikemen. Oh, the horse are all back. So are these. So not too far behind here, getting a full complement. What have they brought into this army here? Nothing yet. What have they got here? Oh, they got a lot of Marines hanging around here. Might just exempt them from tax here, I think, just for the meantime. Well, we'll have to go to our tax. That's not too bad at all. We'll exempt this of tax to bring it under control. It's 15 growth. That's a lot of growth as well, because of tax, of course. But we just need to get this town under control as quickly as possible. What we will do is we'll just invest in getting this back up and running here. Excellent. Letter of command. That's fine. We've got an additional regiment here, which is just helping to solidify what's going on here. 2129. course, is going to happen, but I think what we'll do is we'll put another sloop into production here. It's 550. I know it's a lot of money there, but we've just got to be able to cut this off here, if possible. The Barbary States and the Ottoman Empire here. Because if they start moving troops along here, it's going to cause absolute havoc for us. But all we can do at the moment. Oh, look at that! Oh gosh, the Weaver's Cottage definitely needs to be repaired in order to help us no end there. So we'll do that next turn as well. We might just bring in an additional. We can't do. We might put an additional regiment here. No. Here, the Saxon regiment here, and we'll move it across to Hanover. Just reinforce the Hanover garrison here. We're just going to do this bit by bit here. That might just give us the control we need here. Can we? Can't trade with anybody else, unfortunately, at the moment. I would like. If only the Swedes were able to move out here. They did lose quite a number of ships there, but it did hold against that Danish attack. I don't know what's happening here with Poland. Looks like Poland stabilised here. And that's been hit as well there. I just wish that Poland would move against the Prussians here and do something just in case the Prussians are going to move against us. Because look at that, they're starting to build this army up here. Oh my goodness me, more Marines. They're starting to build up an army here as well. We've got to be very careful what's happening. So we've got to build up additional forces here, bit by bit. Might. Just increase the tax level here. And that's going to probably stunt our growth, or they'll be able to stunt our growth there. And no, not there, only in Dresden. It was 3129. For the meantime, we'll just lower the taxes here just to get that growth going as well. We need to really fuel the growth, if possible. Because Dresden is growing, but not growing very, very quickly at all. There's nothing else we can really do here. We just need to get that sloop out as well. We've got a lot of incoming here. If we're blockaded on this port here, it's going to hurt us quite a bit. We've got to be careful what we're doing here. We'll try and get this in here so that we get that additional money coming in per turn. Also, the regional wealth will increase as well, so that should help us to end the turn. I wouldn't be surprised if we. Oh my goodness me, that's a huge force. And where exactly are you going, sir? Where is Britain going with that force? That's a huge force. Here we go, here we go. Oh. I'm surprised that Spain and Britain aren't at war yet. That is unusual to say the least, but let's see what happens. We just hope that... Here we go, here we go. We're going to be hit by a double whammy here. I can absolutely guarantee it. They will sink that attack to hit us at exactly the same time. Ooh. I wonder if we can get trade now there. That would be excellent if we could. Denmark. Portugal. I wonder where Britain's going to go with that army. Oh look. Who are they attacking there? Oh my goodness me. Westphalia are taking on the Dutch. Wow. The plot thickens. I never saw that coming at all. Oh, not again. Look at that. Oh dear. There it is. Oh gosh, that's a really tough rebellion there as well. And it's only going to get much, much worse. I think we're going to be hit. We're going to be hit really hard here, and we've also got Prussia. They're coming as well for us. We've got to be prepared here. I wonder if we offered Hanover to perhaps Austria just to gain their peace. I wonder if we do that. It's not because we're not gaining much from that, gentlemen. I wonder if we offer Hanover. I wonder if we offer Austria Hanover for peace. That way we can just focus ourselves here. If the Prussians come for us, we could even take Gdansk from them. Because that would be an absolute boon if we were to do that. It really would be. To give us some breathing space. I wonder if we were to do that and try and offer them something here to get some... Because look at that. Our income has just absolutely shrunk here. With a rebellion as well. I wonder if we try and offer this and offload Hanover, as it were, to the Austrians for some. Because the Dutch, I think the Dutch will hold this here. Yeah, I think they look at that. They got Marine Corps. I think we might just do that, to be honest with you. Rebellion here. Brandenburg, so we're building up a sizable force here. I'd imagine this army support that. I'm not sure. Aha. Bingo. That's the way to turn it around. Now we've established ourselves in here. Excellent. Still the fighting going on there. I'm just wondering if to give Hanover, because it's only going to, Hanover's going to tie us down. I wonder if we give Hanover to the Austrians and let them deal with the rebellion as well. The rebellion's only going to grow, and it'll just allow us to focus on these two here, these two main sources, I think, because that's where most of our money's going to come from. Let's just try that for just to try and get Austria off our back a little bit here. They're unfriendly, only minus 69. They just might. Oh, they got. Oh, look at that. I think that's what we'll try and do. We'll just try and do that. See if we can offload them a little bit here, just to give us, because they got a lot of enemies, including the Ottoman Empire, Saxony, Bavaria as well, France, Poland. But we just want to try and get ourselves a little bit of some breathing space here. No, they're gunning for us. They really are gunning for us here. Let's try and request peace. No. One more try. Let's just do Hanover, and let's do technology here. Let's say canister shot. And that's a lot for peace. No, they're not interested at all. They definitely want to move against Saxony, 100%. I said, I wonder if Prussia would take Hanover. I know it would give an enemy on our shoulder, but it would give us time to sort of get ourselves prepared for what is to come. We could then focus, because Hanover is something we did because out of necessity, because Hanover attacked us. The way we got rid of Hanover was destroying them. We weren't looking to take Hanover. And I wonder if we just try with Prussia as well, just to negotiate some peace with them. Oh, they've got a lot of enemies, my goodness me. Let's see if they'll do one more try. Just try and give. Let's see if that'll do it. No, they're not. They're in for a fight. That's okay. Right, we've got no choice here but to stick this out. I think what we might do is we might move these two back into Berlin here. Just to solidify this force here. At least we've got something to fight here. Yeah, we've got 7 regiments in here. That should be enough, and these regiments here are at full strength now. So this army is now ready to meet whatever the Austrians send towards us. And also we've just pretty much abandoned. I wonder if we were to give Hanover to one of our allies. Oh, Poland. I wonder if we give Hanover to Poland. Now that might be the perfect solution here, because we don't really need Hanover. We don't really need Hanover at the moment. And who are they at war with? Well, they will be at war with the rebels, but still. I wonder if we do that. That's true, because we need to offload Hanover, because it's going to cause us a lot of problems. We need to solidify what we've got, which is Saxony and Berlin. That's where we want to focus our main amount of our money. We can't really afford to do anything else, to be honest with you. Let's do that, and let's. Oh my goodness me, they got it. Autocracy here would be nice. Let's see if that'll work. Wow, they won't even take, because there's a rebellion there, that's why. They won't take it because there's a rebellion. Well, that'll be... Whoa. They won't take it because of the rebellion. It looks like we might have to move this army, this force here, deal with the rebellion, then move back into here. My goodness me, it's going to be tough. We might just let the rebels, the Hanoverian rebels, take Hanover, so we can build up this force here. It might be a tactical retreat where we can husband our strength, as it were, here. If we lose that, then so be it. We might just do that, I think, because that might be the best policy for us. I know we've raised this here. That's going to hurt us here. We also need to get additional sloop up. Is it still there? Are they still there? We don't know. What we won't do anything just yet. What we'll do is send this naval force straight to Madagascar. That's where we're going to send them. We're just going to slowly, bit by bit, try and build up our fleet that's on the trade hubs. As soon as they've arrived, we shall end the turn, and we shall then, my friends, see what comes our way. But I think we've got a heck of a fight on our hands. I think the rebels will move against us. They'll retake Hanover, which is fine, because what that'll do is it'll give us time to build this army up here. If we've got two strong armies here, we build to defend against Austria and against Prussia, which are obviously going to come for us. They can probably make that journey in one hit here. So we've got to be careful here what we're doing. Those 7 regiments will not last against these. There's not a chance, but we can only do what we can do here. Ordnance factory. We need an ordnance factory here. We've got an ordnance foundry. Give us £12 this foot here. Okay, let's end the turn, my friends. I think we've got trouble coming our way now. I'll be very surprised. And I wonder where Britain is sending that army. Look at this here. Oh, they were going for the Knights of St. John. Wow. Wait, oh. Oh, well done, well done. The Dutch standing strong there. Well done, Spain. Oh, they're digging in there. And Austria did nothing either against us. It's going to give us... Oh, what the blazes is going on there? What? That makes no sense whatsoever. We might have put a regiment in the port. taken them. That's absolutely fine. They've come back. Hanover are back, but that's absolutely fine there. They come for us, we'll strike against them again. Oh. But it's Carl Dragoons. -1. We might need to put a regiment in here. We shall put a militia unit in the port, because you can guarantee that Sweden will move against us here. Oh, thankfully we've got Denmark on our side here. Right, let's increase our presence here as well. Slowly but surely keep increasing our presence here, because they've dug in here along the border. I'm not sure why. And also it looks like they're going to go for Bavaria first. They split their forces here. We just simply can't move into that. So we're just going to have to hunker down here. So Bavaria have come back. When Bavaria were looking for Hanover, I beg your pardon. No, they wouldn't be interested in peace at all. Oh yes, I beg your pardon, they would. Wow, let's get a trade agreement here with them. No, they're not interested. That's okay. What about nothing at all? Okay. Nope. Okay, they're not interested in that. But we've managed to secure peace with them. So I secured that border indirectly. Right, that gives us a fair chance here. If these armies weren't here, then I would definitely move against Prague with this army here. But then if they would simply circle back around and retake Dresden from us. Excuse me, my friends. So we need to keep the wealth going up here as well. 2147 really is the mainstay of our entire defences here. But we can't do anything else at the moment. Can we get... No, we can't secure with Hanover just yet. Is there anybody else we can? No, there's not. It's only Hanover because they're directly in contact with us. Just got to wait here. Let's end this here, friends. Let's see what happens. Looks like Britain is reinforcing. What will Austria do? How they move the ship away, so eventually we will... Oh, they've taken it. I don't believe it. They're growing in strength. Looks like Spain is clearing all the Barbary states for us, which is good to see. Ottoman Empire, Russia, Sweden. Oh, look at that. That's a huge force. Oh my goodness me. The Danes have been absolutely just swept aside here. We're just going to slowly but... Oh, Westphalia have returned again. We're slowly going to surely but just build up that army in Berlin. Just bit by bit here. Just so we know that if someone attacks us, we might even go... I wonder if we were to go for... This pirate's going to be a menace. Oh, 197. That is insane. Oh, that's because the pirates have been hitting the trade route. Excellent. Oh, excellent. The Dorothea. Look at that. Look at that general there. Wow. We don't even have enough to do anything at all. That is just... Got to increase our attacks here. We just have to. Oh, that's a powerful army. Very powerful army indeed. We're surrounded on all sides here. If only we could take Königsberg and Gdansk, that would be excellent, but we don't have the forces just to do it just yet. I would love to move in against Prague here and take Prague. We might be able to do it. That would be a real push on our part, because we don't know what's around here. So if we knew what was here, we know they've taken this here, but there's so many forces. The Austrians have got so many forces. It would be insanity for us to move against them here. All we can do is try the diplomatic route. No, they're not interested at all. Just zero, so we're just pretty much balanced out here. Can we get peace with the Austrians? No. What about with Prussia? We're just going to keep trying here. Only -1. No. It's so close. We're just on the brink of being able to get peace. If we can sort of maybe open up some trade with them and just give ourselves a little bit of time here to try and rebuild. But it's going to just... I think it's only because of the size of our armies that we're able to sort of keep ourselves in one piece here, because the Austrians will move against us, but I think they know that we would attack them and give them a real severe mauling. Same with the Prussians. They want to attack us, but they can't at the moment. I would like to try and get some trade going here. Why Sweden declare war upon us, I have not a clue. But again, that's an army we could probably deal with, to be honest with you. It's not something that's completely formidable. They just look a lot here. We probably... Oh, they're being attacked. Come on, come on, Poland. You've got to deal with the Prussians for us. It's in the turn. Oh, well done, Britain. Well done. Britain really is, and Spain really are doing a magnificent job of clearing the trade lines. Okay, they're not doing anything at all. And again, they're clearing the trade lines very nicely there. Northern Spain. Oh, here we go, here we go. Oh, they're just goading us. They're goading us. There it is, there it is. We are in trouble. We are in big trouble. States, they're going to hit Spain again. Yep. Nope. No. Yeah, we're bankrupt. We knew we were bankrupt. Oof. We're going to have to increase our... Gosh, they're not going to be happy at all, are they? It's minus 165. Wow. Because of the... Look at that. Because we didn't put someone in there. All we can do is we can just attack with this here and try and deal with these one thing at a time. Then we can replenish the things we've lost. Just have one force here. I think we're going to have to do that. We're going to just have to hit them here with this force. And then replenish them with this, whatever comes in, move this up, move the forces in here. We might lose Dresden because the Austrians will move straight in for Dresden, but we'll have to replenish and repair here in Berlin. My goodness me, this is going to kick us hard, this is. Wow. We've taxed them up to the absolute hilt. That's good, but that's not going to do us any good here at all, is it? Let's see if we can get some trade with Hanover. No, they're not interested at all with us. We're going to have to do something here about the Prussians. What we will do is we'll send one of these to kick this out here. We can't even afford to repair that yet. And then we're going to move this army here against the Prussians. We've got these replenishing us here. We've got to do as much damage as we can here to really give them a damn good beating here. We've got to take this fight. We've got to kick them off the land here. We've got to replenish and repair in Berlin. We'll use these to replenish and repair any lost or really savaged regiments. And then we'll have to move back into Saxony here to do what we can. But that there's an absolute menace for us. That there is a real problem. We've got to repair that if possible. We've got to take this fight here. Let's take this fight. We're in a real sticky situation here. Real sticky situation. Let's do this. We will not allow ourselves to be hindered here. We've got to also really nurse our forces here. We can't allow them to be absolutely smashed in here. We've got some good cavalry here, plenty of forces available to us. We might look to strike one of their flanks. Just move some of these back here. And we've got the general here. These gentlemen really are going to earn their corn today. Provincial cavalry, and we've got the Prince Albrecht Chevaliers here, which we'll put here as well together. Right, let's get ourselves organised here. Because we've got a lot of forces available to us. We're going to use them all to our advantage here. Because we're going to be fighting on multiple fronts. Militia here. We've got the cannon here. Give us a little bit of covering fire. Right, let's get the defensive. We'll have the 1st Regiment here, setting the vanguard of the defence here. We've got the 2nd Regiment on the right. There's the 3rd. I'd like to have the 3rd, I think, in probably an attack. 3rd and 4th. We have an attack. We have the 6th here on the left. We cut the road here. We're not going to allow the Prussians to invade our land here. Get away with that. Not a chance. We'll repair that port, bring it back up to full strength, and then we might have to move the additional forces we got coming in. They'll have to move in to replenish and repair any lost, and we might have to move against the Austrians if they move against us. This is the 10th here on the right. But I am determined to move out and face the Prussians head to head here. 3rd Regiment. Again, we're going to keep the 3rd Regiment. 3rd and 4th. We'll keep on this flank here. This 5th as well, which we'll bring in. There's the 6th. We'll have the 8th here on the left. Defending this extreme part here. That should be enough to defend that line. I'd like to take the fight to them. I have the militia here. They have fought well for us, so it must be fair. Put the militia on the extreme left. They're not overlapping, which is good. I think we'll bring the cavalry in here as well. Gentlemen, please. Gonna hit them hard. Gonna hit them hard here. Got the pikemen. I think we'll put behind the lines here. When the cavalry do charge, we'll use the pikemen to offset that charge. we've got some reserves here. Let's try and keep some in reserve if possible. With the 12th Regiment here, let's see if we can hit them. Let's see if we can do the damage just with these and try and keep some of these regiments in good health. So we got some, not all our forces are used up in the fighting. That might just suit us much, much better here. If we can keep all of these gentlemen in without having to use them. If we can keep these back, then we might have a chance to hold against the Austrians if they push against us. That's a good solid defence. Got a pikeman there to counter any. We're going to move out with a strong attacking force as well. We've got to be on the ball here. We've got a lot of fighting, a lot of campaigning to do at the moment. Right, let's do this, my friends. It's the Gendarmerie. You must be mad. Get in there, Mike. Get in there. what a fight this is. Come on, with the surroundings, just deal with all of them here. We got him, we got him. We've still got all these regiments, all these good groups, we've got ambulance behind us. We've just got to fight this continue. Right, let's take the fight to more. Protect this flank here. Come back, get a little free. Where's my tools? Ready for the piping. Ready for the piping. Here from the cavalry. Generally move. We've got this toggle, this spike, have this a pike wall formation here. They don't like it, sir. You take the fight too, but they really don't like it at all. Let's get ourselves over this here. Final push. Away from our lands, sir, away from our lands. Good shot, sir. Good marksmanship. Maybe this will push the Prussians into pieces. Who knows? Maybe this bloody knows we give them. We'll take one more enemy away from us. We've been utterly vanquished here. Pikes have done a sterling job here. They've absolutely mauled the cavalry here. Look at that. Of course they're shaking. Look at that. They don't know what the heck is it. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. What a fight this has been, my goodness me. Definitely showing the Prussians who really raised the belt. Finishing's gone, but that's going to take a long time for me to do that. Fair play to the pikeman. I know I'm not a big fan of pikemen, but a couple of hands have been said he's done phenomenally well here. What the place? Where did you come from? Let's get him, lads. Let's get him. fight? Yeah, I don't think so. What's going on there? Gotta keep pushing. What is this? Where did they come from? Let's get in there. Oh, Swiss landing. That's right. There's no guards in there. Gentlemen here, this Prince Albert Chevrolet has been fantastic. That was, wow. Ooh-wee. That was a fight and a half there, my friends. Goodness me. We lost 1,916, but they lost almost the entire force. That goes to prove. Look at that, 332 kills. The pikemen, I got to hold my hands up. The pikemen did a phenomenal job. 300 kills. Look at that Chevrolet here. Wow. That's some impressive statistics there, my goodness me. We can't replenish or repair this army at all, but wow. Are they prepared now for peace, the Prussians? I doubt they will be. No, not at all. They'll probably send this force in after us as well, but we've done a huge amount of damage there. But we've now left Saxony completely open here from the mercy of... We could probably finish this force off here. We've got this force, we've got these here, we can replenish these gentlemen with. So let's move them back here so we can support each other. And I imagine, yeah, look at that, we've taken a real beating here. This force here is going to be a real problem for us. But then again, we do have, thankfully, we can probably put these regiments in here to compensate. I think what we'll do actually. Which are the hardest hit? These are not too bad shape here. This regiment here. We'll take out this force, this one here. And we'll take out this one here for that one. This one here for, which one's been really hard hit here. This one here. This force here for this one. As you can see, we're just going to bring this army back up to full strength here. Just, oh look at that, now that's more like it. We've just got to plan for the worst here. I know that these are very, very experienced forces, but we need the numbers. So this army now is looking a little bit more healthy. We'll just pull one more regiment into here. Probably the first regiment, I think, will probably be the best. We'll have this regiment back in here. But that gives us now a full force here. Oh, not a full force, but look at that. It looks a lot better. Which means we can then move and defend against anything the Austrians might throw at us here, or indeed the Prussians. We've given this force here a real thrashing, which we'll probably finish off using these gentlemen. I think they should be enough to deal with this, what's left of here. And that should clear that out of the way for us. But I think we'll end this episode here, my friends. But I think we're in for a real tough ride here. I kid you not. This is a very, very difficult campaign indeed. My goodness me. We're just about hanging on here. I'd be very surprised if the Austrians didn't attack us here in Dresden. If they do, what we'll do is we'll use the defenders, which are pretty much militia, to do as much damage as we can to this army here. Then we'll move this army in to then fight. We should have that coming in here for us, which is excellent to see here. Let's do some round battles. This commander here really is growing in confidence, which is excellent to see. Patriotic sword. So he really is. The only reason we're holding our own is because we've kept this army relatively intact. We've managed to hold our own. These cavalry, though, aren't going to do much good to us at the moment. But still, the pikemen did a phenomenal job, so we might have to use them if it comes to the fight. We'll do as much damage as we can to this force using the defenders here. And then what we'll do then is we'll move in with this army here. And hopefully we might be able to, in the meantime, use the money we got here to then replenish this force here. Or at least some of them. And bring them up to full strength. And then we might be able to use them then to defend or even to deal with these Prussians here, the Prussian forces here. I'm just hoping and praying that the Poles, oh dear, oh dearie me, it doesn't look like Poland is going to do much. They've just lost Vilnius. It looks like the Prussians are expanding their power, not getting small and weaker. We can only hope that Russia steps in here and does something against the Prussians, but I can't see that happening for the meantime. But we've got to manage what we've got here. We're at peace with Hanover, but we can't get anything else either at the moment. Trying to get a trade agreement. No, they're not interested at all. And with the Netherlands shut down as well, that's hurting our trade, our income, because of course we've got Spain with that. There's no way the Dutch can hold on against that, surely not. Then again, they've got these gentlemen here as well. But we shall see. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. Your council is very much needed here at the moment for the Saxony campaign. It really, really is, my friends. We are up against it massively here. I kid you not. So it's going to be quite the battle for us here to hold what we've got. We're trying to use this one up, and also we're at war with Sweden. If Sweden did come in for us, it could be the end. The campaign could end very, very quickly indeed. So let's just see what happens here, my friends. But until next time, my friends, as always, please keep your comments coming down below. Thank you for your wonderful support, your wonderful advice, my friends. It's been absolutely phenomenal. It really, really has. Again, please keep those comments coming down. Those wonderful, wonderful comments, my friends. They've been absolutely fantastic. Your support and your very kind words as well. But until next time, my friends, and always, please be safe, my friends, especially in the world we're living in now. Please be safe. But until next time, bye for now.